that short player is screwed. They're going to have to reposition massively, and that's really going to weaken that side control. So I'm interested to see how it turns out, and if this could pivot people's opinions away from this being one of the most hated maps. Probably just under Inferno at this point of view, although I'm not sure. It's still hit or miss. Exercise has already pushed down some information here. Maka all the way on construction at the moment. How are they going to play this though? There you go. You can see that hole in the wall now. That elevator that is standing in. It's also an additional extension to the catwalk. The right-hand side of the bomb site from ramp. Oh, exercise. He could easily get snapped up here. It's going to be a difficult one. They spot him out. He's going to be good for 1.5. Body goes flying. PARIVISION going to be charging on towards the site. Gravity is going to be able to spray them down. Finds one. His teammate's going to be right next to him. This fast rotation going to be coming into fruition because they're able to rotate from that A site a little bit quicker. And Maka. That's the kill on towards Art. That's the bomb secured. Patsy. See if he ends up being the Patsy in this situation. That's a very old kind of like word phrase, and I think most people would recognize it. Patsy, again, delivers some damage, but with just a Tech 9. This force is looking pretty dire. No bomb going down, Sam. They really were just playing rather reckless.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we weren't really expecting too much to come out of that round. They didn't have a lot of cash to play with, inferior weaponry, just a few upgraded pistols, and sure, a bomb plant would have been huge. It was damn near a necessity just to give them that little bit extra coming into this round, because of course they did spend into those upgraded pistols, and now, you know, despite not getting a bomb plant, they opted for the high risk, and unfortunately it means that they're back down onto still more pistols and 3D Max. I mean, look at them. Rifles up the wazoo. Another old-fashioned phrase for you. And look, sitting pretty. Getting ready to get a third round here.
My concern is they lose 2 players. If they don't recover at least one of those rifles, I say if Lucky dies and Maka doesn't pick it up, it's going to be eating away at their economy. And Power are going to be coming back into the next round with a bye. So there is, you know, potential long-term anyway. For now, 3D Max can sit nice and pretty. Oh, Drogo. Asking for trouble here. He didn't see them, but they certainly saw him. Oh, why would you go in for another peek there? That is so cheeky. He honestly deserved to be a headshot there, because it's getting a little bit too greedy for information there. But he lives, Sam. There's one Glock on their side. That's going to be Art. It's going to be saving up for the AWP. If I am right in saying. Up ramp they go. Oh. Spraying a little bit of firepower over towards B, but there's actually no T's that. Smoke on towards construction. This potentially actually allows the T's to push up a little bit closer. Back him. There's going to be a smoke going out as well. That's actually going to be extinguishing some of the fire. Still through the side here. Going to be able to find some damage. Maka from above finds 2 of the MP9. Well. Trying to hype this up at all this round has just been a dud. There's nothing really much to say about it. Apart from Patsy, you know, coming in at the end. Finding a kill. But the rifle's recovered, so that's an MP9 lost. Who cares?
Always the last to die, old Patsy. Takes one with, but unfortunately, not too much more that can happen in that round. And you were correct. AWP on board here for Art Frost. Lots of cash to play with at the very least. So, going to be looking to try and stamp out 3D Max. Get that control back in their favor. And 3D Max, on the other hand, they're pretty comfortable. You know, only losing 1 player there. Money is slowly starting to build itself up to a stable condition. Winning this round will put them on such a hot streak.
Shot missed. Damage going to be coming out, but the nades are going to miss as well. That's going to be Joko going down. Player down. This is actually going to allow the T's to push on aggressively. We may well see them make use of that. What you can see where Beltran is watching at the moment. Lucky. It's going to be in a difficult spot at the moment. Oh, good use of utility. That's actually going to be fully blinding them. They've got Gravity trying to help as well from the sidelines. We've got the AWP on Maka. He misses his initial shot. Art. He's not going to be missing it. Here we go. Maka going to be watching now down the new lane. This site has 3 main lanes. Gravity just pushes down the middle. He gets 2. He gets traded out. Disadvantage still on the side of 3D Max at the moment. That Molly is actually going to be a solid position. It's going to be burning out the AWP, and that's going to allow him Exercise to get the kill. The bomb is going to be planted. Nice and safe. Maka is just going to have to push through the smoke. I think they've just walked past each other. Oh no, this is going to be horrendous. They're going for the spray, but they don't know where he's at. Now they do. He's got the kill, and now he can just back down here. The flexibility you have as a team to move around is massive. He's going to be crossing through the smoke in a moment. He doesn't realize. Maka, he's patient. He's ready.
Maka has been such a pivotal point for this team. I already mentioned it, but in the previous matchup that they played against 9 Pandas, he was the one that clutched out the round, brought it to that 13-10 scoreline, and allowed them to come forward and win it out. So, another round where he's able to clutch it up. 1 versus 1. It was a 2v1, so realistically they should have won that one, but it could very easily have gone PARIVISION's way. He holds the line, and crucially, holding at the right place. If he wasn't there on that side of the smoke, that could go very differently. So there's that game sense coming in, realizing chances are this player is going to be hiding out in the smoke, and it works out well.
Nazi once again going to be pushing up, trying to now be the entry. Smoke gets dropped over Joker. That almost got blown away by Nade. This actually could bait. Exercise. He's down here, and that smoke is actually going to potentially allow him to hide and snake around. But being down on those B stairs is almost a death sentence. You have to be so careful. He's looking to go up a ramp here. A real explosive action so far. They've got 3 smokes. Not having a Molotov here is going to be a bit of a difficult one, and no nade, sort of mortar strike. It's going to be difficult. That's going to be headshot heaven smoked out, elevator smoked out. Where is the third one going to go? That's going to have to be for cross, I imagine, deep on the site. Oh, they failed with the smoke. They missed it. Oh, Belgian does enter on though, takes down Lucky. The AWP player not finding any shots at the moment. It's going to be Passy up close and personal. He's managed to push up. The smokes have worked out. Maka good for 1, but they're now going to be down to a 3-on-4 situation. The bomb is yet to make its way across. From behind is going to be Exercise. Jocko getting there, running gun. Alpha going in for the AWP. There is a Molotov, but it's going to be on Exercise, the wrong player. Joko turns in time. It's now 1v2 rather. Alpha in a difficult situation. Let's see if he can live up to his name. 4-0 at the moment. This round is crucial to break this situation. Oh, that hole in the wall. It just adds even more anxiety here for Exercise. He has to check so many more angles. He might catch him off guard. He sprays him. He misses. But so does Alpha. At least missed 1 bullet that counted. And Joko wins the fight. Picks up 3 kills in that round. And the AWP for Maka.
Yeah, positioning there for 3D Max was so good. Now with that added hole, you can set up quite a nice little cross angle there. So if your T decides they're going to try and push through that way, exactly what you saw happen, right? You get that first shot to come through, and the follow-up is beautiful. So well done there for 3D Max, securing yet another round. And yes, PARIVISION are keeping these rounds very, very costly. That's not the best situation for 3D Max to be in, but ultimately, they're getting rounds on the board, and this is the most important thing for them. For PARIVISION now, this is kind of a make or break moment. They lose this round. Sure, they've got lost. Oh my god, Maka, how have you done that?
Fair play. The rush ramp gets shot in. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's it. He's now dropped. He's been doing alright. Unfortunately. Oh no. Oh. Beltran. Hate that nade hole. It was organic. Free range. Now he's gonna have to go on the back foot here, especially versus these A1s and A4s. Another smoke gonna get dropped down here. This is gonna slow the push. that PARIVISION were wanting to execute, and unfortunately for them, they're going to be going in a 3v3 situation, so they don't have really much of an advantage. Maybe they could win it around as they look to jump on through. Oh my god, Alpha. I thought he was going off the edge. That's one of the things I do appreciate about this map, is that there is an added element of danger. No other map that has that.
You appreciate that, question mark?
Yeah.
All right.
It's hilarious watching people jump, miss their jumps. Oh, the flick misses. Ultron still in towards mid. Gravity peeking on through. Unfortunately, the bad timing. If he just held the angle, originally might have been able to have it, but no. And now we see the push up in towards A. They've got mid potential control going to be coming through. Never mind. Mac is able to find the kill. He's now going to continue on through, chucking smoke in towards that short position, trying to get a decent angle here. What an interesting smoke. Not going to work out though. Another smoke going to be getting dropped. He can't deny the bomb, but he can continue pushing no matter what. 3v2. Lucky's going to be backing up his teammate. Alpha is off to the right here. Lucky's probably going to get caught off guard. Oh no, he spotted the gun. No. Never mind, the smoke is too much. He's able to find one kill, but the trade does come through. Maka left in a 1v2. The pressure is on. Time is ticking. He's got PC-50 in hand. He spots out the play. He does the damage, but Alpha hits back. Finally, Sam. Para. Get on the board.
All I'm saying is, imagine Alpha had fallen off the building there. Because he gets that 3k after that little bit of fancy footwork. If he falls off the building, that round probably is another one that goes in 3D Max's favor. Alpha really living up to his name there. He can play happy feet, and when he needs to, he can hold M1 and, you know, do it in a really, really devastating way for the enemy team. So 3D Max now, I said it, those rounds were very, very costly, so repetitively, and now unfortunately, even after winning 5 rounds in a row off the back of just one loss, they're on pistols.
Yeah, Power are good at being able to keep the heat on. And, well, it's definitely cost the 3D Max, like you were saying. Good round from Power. And I love the idea here where it's, right, we need to try and push in towards mid, get a little bit of security into there, then we just rush A. Because it's not having mid control CT now is just so detrimental, which is just a really good addition to this map. There'll be extra kills here, Sam, I imagine.
Yeah.
Attempted anyway. We could just sit in the toilets. Did you know? Because not everyone does know this, that there is a death counter.
Like a global death counter for Vertigo?
No, just like on a map one, like per match.
Oh, yeah. Like, there's that poster that's like...
Yeah, there's 2 of them. There's one in CT, one in T,
Yeah. Cast enough games of Counter-Strike and you'll... funny enough, you'll learn stuff. Ooh.
Oh, okay. Alright. That's honestly... For the investment, they did really well.
Yeah.
Get those 2
there
kills. Oh, I would take it.
This job site has suffered 2 injuries. Has it?
Yeah. Those are. I mean, it only counts if you've jumped off the edge.
Ah, gotcha.
Well, yeah, killed yourself essentially.
So if it hasn't happened, it just doesn't.
Yeah.
That's kind of lame, but fair.
I think whilst waiting for a game to start once, we managed to get up to like 127 or something.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
Timeout coming through here from PARIVISION, and I think it makes a lot of sense. They've won a gun round, they've won an anti-eco, and now they're like, all right, guys, we have a lead. They have money again. We have struggled. How do we deal with this now? And one of the big issues has been Maka with the amount of aggression that he takes, even with that AWP. And that's one of the scariest things to contend with. An aggressive AWPer who is also dynamic. That could be a huge thorn in the sides of PARIVISION. How do you circumvent that? Also, exercise just holding it down over on that B site. Maybe just circumvent him entirely.
Mm-hmm. Oh, a little bit of fire damage there. Actually going to give out one of the positions of the players, which is going to force him back. Oh, Maka Gets this first kill. It's going to be lucky for the second one. They could lose another player here. Instead, it's just a tag. Lucky has to be so careful. He's so low HP. Being able to stay alive there means that they remain more bodies on the map right now than the opposition. I've got power now trying to collect the pieces of, well, okay, we failed to go up ramp. We at least got a kill. And they would have known that they would have damaged Lucky there. They burned him alive a couple of times. He also got killed and would have taken some shots. Still going to be looking to try and go in for something here. But no such luck. Still going for a bit of a boost there. Swatting up towards construction. No such luck. It's going to be Maka holding a slightly different angle here. He misses his shot. He has to now run for the hills. He's going to get burnt alive if he stays in this position. Headshot's going to be coming through if he's not careful. Well, he's dropped, and it was a headshot. Lucky coming in for the kill, but the trade's going to be coming through. Now it's going to be a 2-on-2 situation. Gravity in a good position. It's able to rotate over quickly. Nade over towards that heaven position. Oh, and the headshot from Crooked. It's going to be 1v2. Never mind. Before I can even call it, he's down and out for the count.
A nice little game of duck duck goose being played there just to try and flush Maka out, force him to have to continuously flick between two different locations, and every time he has to move, you then kind of double swing, and missing a shot, you get shots being fired in from two different directions, and he just is overwhelmed. It's a great play from PARIVISION, and to be fair, in the round that they did win, like the first one that they won, a lot of it was allowing 3D Max to get aggressive and then punishing. This time around, we do see them take a little bit of that early space, and I think the important thing is dealing with Maka early on. So Maka does try to take an aggressive stance. If he misses that, or if he hits that first shot, I think things go very differently, but he misses it, he's forced to reposition, and then he gets flushed out. So not only does he die early on, but he doesn't bring any value to the round. And that is one of the big things that you have to be doing when you're dealing with an oppa like Maka. So well played to Para, but now 3D Max have taken a timeout of their own. Now I get to see, well, what have they read into this from PARIVISION? Have they figured it out? Bearing in mind, PARIVISION, despite winning 3 rounds of their own, they're still coming in with 2 Mac 10s because 3D Max keep it close. And that's the scary thing about this matchup so far. Every round is to the wire.
Yeah, I think it's also just a smart choice. If they've been keeping a count on the money, they should have an idea that there should be a weak fight. And that's exactly what it is. Maka missing too many shots. Does some damage, but no kill. Vertigo is going to be able to get that kill on an alpha. Assist going towards Maka in that situation. Peeking around the corner. Patsy. Easy kill on Gravity. Exercise still over towards B at the moment. He's going to be rotating on over. He's got a smoke at a P250, but in a 1v5, it's going to be difficult to ask him to do much here. But he does get a kill.
And they don't lose the big guns, they lose the Mac 10s, which ultimately, not the end of the world. It is a reinvest, and you don't really want to have to reinvest, but it's not an AK reinvest or an AWP reinvest, so not terribly put down or put out by that. Another timeout to come through. And you can tell, so we really built up the storyline. For anyone who wasn't here for our pregame, both of these two teams, they're sitting at 3-2 and 2-3 in the score lines respectively. Now, 2 teams are currently sitting at 4-1. Losing this will basically put these teams out of contention. So a win here is so important, and I think that's why we're seeing so many of these timeouts being used so often. PARIVISION have already taken their second timeout. I think 3D Max has used one, and I imagine if PARIVISION win the next round, maybe we get another one from 3D Max, because there's only 3 rounds left in this half, and whoever wins this half has a huge advantage into the next.
Oh, good shot from Art. Catches a Maka off. Good positioning. Rather easy one, you could say, but it's, you know, he positioned himself correctly. Held it. Waited. Maka. Send packing. Ready. Down to 4 players. Barely started this round. Interesting flash decision. Quigo's able to take advantage of that distraction now in towards mid. Beltran is going to get dropped. That's going to be maybe making it a little bit more difficult for this team, but in towards B, there you go. Lucky has got an incendiary, but he hasn't used it yet. That smoke's going to get dropped. Molly's not used, and it doesn't matter because Alpha's going to spray them down. 140 ADR.
Yep.
Alpha, absolute beast in it.
I mean, yeah, he really does live up to his name. He was one of the players I was going to be looking out for coming into this and proving that in spades. And that last round, another example. Take Maka off the board. Lovely positioning from Art Frost. Great movement. Waiting for Maka to get aggressive. Beautifully predicted as well. I mean, it could have been anybody there. It could have been nobody there. But he holds the line and gets that opening shot. And it's such a big turnaround for this map. Or for that round at the very least. Now 3D Max again back down onto this weird 4 scout in hand for exercise.
Gravity just destroyed. Doesn't get a chance to shoot a bullet off. So we're going to be seeing early just 3D Max on the back foot. This should likely be PARIVISION finally taking the lead after they've had to catch up. That's 5 rounds in a row, right? Am I being crazy? I might be being crazy here.
It is indeed 5 rounds in a row. You are correct, sir.
Cool, yeah, that is crazy. Like, that is just great. They were able to get the buy-in, and they were able to lay down the pressure. Gotta respect it. Oh, up towards A they go. 4v5, but with the firepower here. Oh, Lucky does able to get that extra. Oh, that is unfortunate. Maka though is going to sneak down. I don't know if he has been hurt, but it doesn't matter. Lucky through the side of that steel beam, able to get the kill. Sheffield might not melt those steel beams, but those shots from the AK do.
This is outrageous.
Maka back with his AWP now, picking it up from the body of Art. It's going to be Beltron, last one left alive. They knew he was in mid originally. Oh, Maka, he drops. Now he's going to be pushing on through, but Lucky's able to pick up the pieces there at the end. What an interesting round.
Interesting. That is the word. They come into that with a completely broken buy. Somehow PARIVISION just completely dropped the ball there. They lose so many of those duels. They hand over guns for free. Maka, doing Maka things, gets that first kill, picks up the AWP. It's just outrageous how much 3D Max are able to get done in that round. And for PARIVISION, at least now they're still able to buy in. Despite how closely contested so many of these rounds have been, they still have something to work with. Last round and a half.
Interesting decision there, and Joko able to catch Patsy off as he's trying to play aggressive up that ramp position. The rest of his teammates were a little bit too far behind to help. So no trade. Maka's just going to be holding it patiently behind. Interesting close quarter spot for that AWP. As soon as you miss one shot there, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Lucky there is some good crossfire here. So he has got some support. Alpha is going to be the one going after him. But he could easily be spotted out here. There's plenty of players here. Smoke from the CTs. He thought it was a flash. It wasn't. This actually makes it a little bit easier for him. Wait, no. Never mind. I'm just paralyzed here because the utility going down from 3D Max. Once that disperses. Oh, and there we go. Up towards short. Beltron, Alpha. Lucky's playing for information at the moment. Beltron's going to get tagged. Don't think the bomb's being spotted. Joko is able to get a tag there. He's going to have to switch for his USP, and that's going to be his own downfall. Lucky rotating around, trying to find this one, but he's going to be alone and caught in a crossfire. This could be a 6-6 lineup here. It's going to be down to a 2-on-4 situation. Advantage definitely on the side of PARIVISION. They've got the bomb planted. They've positioned up. Post plant. This is going to be super difficult. This is where we see this change come into real fruition. Gravity now going to have to switch up, go through elevator, join exercise, who's now already pushed over towards site. He spots a player over towards headshot, snaps on, gets the kill. It's a 2v2. Frost with the AWP going to be sitting on that ramp position. Molly goes out, but Gravity doesn't realize Art is there. The spring comes through. The shot rings out from exercise. Just going to be a 1v1. He turns, he hits the leg, but unfortunately, he doesn't get the kill. And we see a 6-6 lineup as we go through into the break.
It's a 6-6 half today. Yesterday was the story of 8-4s. Today it seems like 6-6s are the way it's going to be. Both of these two teams that are pretty even kill turn, starting this half off with a bang.
Oh, Pansley straight on to Exercise. Exercise started off their CT side with 2 kills with the Julies. This time, Pansley's good for 1, but he stays alive at least. Oh, he's going to get tagged down heavily. So 6-6. We had our last best of 1 like this as well. That was on Ancient. And we saw the CT starting slide fumble. Let's see if PARIVISION can deal with the pressure that 3D Max are going to be laying down, especially with these new changes we've been experiencing. Maka boosted on this spot. Going to be peeking on in. It's going to be Lucky taking some initial damage. And he's just going to get charged there. He has no chance in hell. He's going to be good for 1, though. Maka in towards mid onto the Patsy. This opens a lot for them. He's going to be charging on through. Bomb does go down. This is fantastic for 3D Max. Even if they don't win the round, they could win the game with that. Or at least not the game, but the following round. Beltran. Julie's here, going to be able to pick up the first kill. Now he has to try and spray it, but he knows he also has to be careful. He's just been tagged down to 50. So close, but can't quite connect enough of the bullets. And time is ticking down. It's almost a half time down this clock. And that kill is so crucial now. Jumping on around. It's a 1v1. Yoko going to be playing around on this new catwalk, but the bomb, it's gone off. No defuse kit. Not possible.
Well, extra little bit of cash at the very least, so that's something to take home. Look at that, $2,900 just off the back of annihilating those last 3 players. Be happy with that. They can get a little bit more into this round. You don't want to spend too much. Generally, I've already said previously, I'm not a fan of forcing up after losing the pistol if you're on the CT side. But when you have that little bit of extra money, you can afford to go a little bit bigger. And so you've got a bit of a hero M4 in there. Oh, well, they're going for quite a strong force here. Okay, so this shows confidence. But again, it could utterly backfire.
Oh, wow, okay. The good initial damage coming out. Let's see if they can actually continue this on. 7 rounds for 3D Max. They really need to try and secure this one. If they take too much damage here, regards to the economy or site, he's going to be on site. He's going to be going for the spray. There's just too many of them. You walk in there, there's 4 of them, and it's going to be gravity. Drop it in with the Mac 10, getting multiple kills. Alpha's going to be trying his best. It's going to be the nade, Exercise. Oh my, it's just lambs to the slaughter here, Sam.
Yeah, unfortunately, not too much to be done on this one.
Yeah, it's pretty much over. Keeping these 2 weapons, 2 sets of armor over is good. A little bit of utility in the way of the smoke. They're going to the following round. They have to go for the eco. Alpha, could he pick up something here? His elbow's not seen. He's going to be walking up behind them. This could actually be big. He's going to be able to farm some kills and some money. That's 4 extra kills. It's going to be Patsy charging on in. He's going to clear up with the final play on the T side. That is massive.
That little bit of extra just to bolster things ever so slightly. Especially after a round where they forced up so heavily and they needed that little bit extra into this one. Normally, you force up on after losing the pistol and you're back down on pistols if you lose that round. Now, off the back of getting that little bit of extra cash and also that little bit of extra that they got in the round before, it all just kind of adds up and they still come into this with some semblance of money to string together. However, we're still in a very tight-ropey position where losing this round, again, puts them in a tight spot.
Loving the fade on Maka's gun, that. Slide skin. Skins give you skill as well, so... 8-6. I just can't get over that end of that last round, to be honest, Sam. 4 kills at the end after time. So greedy.
Yeah, well. It works out. That's all you care about.
Yeah, you get around on the board. Economy does suffer, but you know, you're on the T side, you can kind of take these risks. O towards B, there you go. Execution going to be landed in. That is a whole load of utility. How do you deal with this? If you're Beltron, you're going to have the Deagle, you're going to have the shots, but they're going to get absolutely destroyed. Feel the CTs, you should probably just back away, but Gravity through the smoke spots. Art gets the kill. Upgrade does come through, but the upgrade for Lucky is going to be sitting nice and pretty. Oh, through the smoke, Alpha takes advantage. Gets the kill on Lucky. I mean, recovering that AK, or keeping the AK into this next round is important for PARIVISION. They won't be able to buy. What it means is that they can play again like a hero rifle.
Yeah. And that's what I was saying, right? The fact that they were able to buy...
They're going for it.
What?
They've
got a kit.
In.
It's happening.
They've got a kit as well. And the kill, can it ring through? No, Maka. He's going in for the shots. Is he going to hit it? He connects them. I counted them out. They went in for it. It was so close. That is so that is a respectful attempt. Wow.
I mean, so it's tough. If that had worked out, we'd be singing their praises. We'd be saying, oh my God, the cojones on these guys, right? Like, amazing stuff. But it didn't work out. And we're like, maybe you should have saved.
You know what? I'm going to say it was worth it. It was worth the risk. Because getting that extra round on the board and doing even more economical damage is worth the risk. Because they're resetting anyway into this next round. Although Beltran seems to be wanting to buy for some reason, so...
Well, I mean, he's doing reasonably... He's not doing as well as Alpha, so... The thing is, so because they have that loss streak, they do have some cash to play with. So you spend a little bit knowing that... Because I think after this round, they're on max loss. So they're like, all right, we can spend a little bit here, not the end of the world. Buy down, you know, do that kind of half buy shenanigan. 3D max, sitting pretty for the most part. Although losing this round would put them in some serious trouble.
Yeah. Well, Beltran, funnily enough, is the first one to die. Can't see. Able to get something with the 5-7, but let's see. Able to pick up and recover that Galil. That is crucial. But we're going to be seeing 3D Max over towards the site. It's going to go down. We'll be looking at a 10-6 lineup here. Mac up. Be careful. You're going to be running out of bullets in the moment. Peeking on in versus the rifle as well. Patsy trying to stay alive, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be Gravity of the Mac 10 farming some extra cash.
Pretty one-sided affair on that round. To be expected, I suppose. Finally, PARIVISION have actual money. So that this is the problem with these like force on force on force on force. 4 rounds in, and this is their very first buy. It is such a dire situation to be in. And okay, they came in at 6-6. They thought we've got a little bit of wiggle room. We can afford to be a little bit brazen with this. But now, this is where the turnaround needs to happen if it's going to happen. AWP in hand, it's a big investment. They can't go back to a half wonky buy.
No. It's going to be difficult. I mean, obviously they have full round loss bonus now, but that's not going to mean enough. At least they've done a decent amount of damage continuing to 3D Max. It's a really awkward position for them to be in, especially being 4 rounds behind. Playing catch up at this point. We're at almost not even 1 minute. We've got 1 smoke, 1 incendiary left, but Patsy, he pushes. Chucks in an early smoke. That's the last one. 3D Max could just play this out a little bit slower. But they obviously don't know the utility on the other side here. I'm sure they're used to that. Flash might be a little bit too eager on that front, but 40 seconds left. PARIVISION have done a good job. Managed to find that initial kill from Patsy. Now it's going to be the execution coming out, but it's not going to be a fully realized one, I don't think, from 3D Max here. Especially with you got here. Ready to activate in a moment's notice. The Molly doing a lot of damage. Maka is going to be able to find one. Gravity just charges on. A couple of free kills here. Art with the AWP tries his best, but that has to be a save. That's round.
Yeah, I'll be honest. There was a lot of questionable stuff happening there. A lot of molly dancing. A lot of, just weird shenanigans overall. But ultimately, it's 3D Max who come out on top. Art Frost will get his. You take every bit you can get. But we're at a point now where economic damage is meaningless. Hate to say it, but 3D Max now on 11 rounds. One more round and they've got a foot in the door. And they are that step closer to EPL. And PARIVISION, I don't know, man. It just feels like a steady stream of weird decisions that have culminated in a 5-round loss or a 5-round deficit. It's almost 11 consecutive rounds. It would have been if they hadn't managed to get that one round. No, it was just... Yeah. Sorry, they did. They got one round when 3D Max started getting their momentum going. That is devastating. One round in 12. And, okay, so they've still got a bit of cash to bring into this. It's still broken. It's not ideal by any measure, but at the very least, it's workable. But it's got to happen, man. I said this in the last round, and now it really is end of the line.
Yeah. All sub 4K at the start of this round, pretty much. It's a painful situation to be in. It's not impossible, though. Power could definitely bring this back, but it's going to take a lot of consistency, prowess, and solid aim. We have seen some of that from a couple of players on PARIVISION, so let's see if they can activate that. Patsy got a little bit over-eager, overzealous in that last round, trying to go in for the clutch. That's a situation which just wasn't happening, and you could see Frost was like, no, you back away. That's why Frost was able to stay alive, keeping that all-important AWP that he has been effective with. Max trying to wear out what little utility the opposition have. Flash out onto ramps. Potentially going to help, but they're playing it really slow here, Sam. Oh, here we go. Art, he misses his chance to take the shot. He falls. The AWP falling to the wayside. Completely useless at the start of this round. At least, oh my god, Maka with AWP. We missed the kill, but it happens nonetheless. I was in towards mid. There's a potential push going to be coming out from Alpha. Who, honestly, without him, I'm looking a little bit worried on this. We've got Patsy who might be able to pick up the pieces. It's going to be difficult. Oh, look at this. He's going to be behind them. He has to wait for the time in. He takes the shots, but Yoko, he's got eyes in the back of his head. His spider senses were tingling. He turns around, nails the opponent, gets the kill. And we see them take this following round in their stride. See a rifle pick up as well in towards mid from Alpha's body. Depends on when he wants to try and go for it, because as soon as he does, he'll be giving out information to the player in the elevator room. So he knows he has to potentially wait. Oh, he's opted to not take it. Maybe it's not there. Maybe it is actually just a Mac 10, actually. I think. Sorry, yeah, MP9.
Yeah.
I think Alpha did have an MP9, yeah.
Yeah, there was a bit of like swapping around, and I believe it was Kick It and Alpha that started on MP9s, and you had the two M4s, and then obviously the AWP on Art. PARIVISION, I don't know what more there is to say at this point. We said that the map was kind of leaning into the T side, but I don't even think that that's the issue right now. 3D Max just consistently on that front foot, consistently having control of the map, not giving PARIVISION the freedom to move around. And of course, when you get to this point, the mental factor always kind of starts to set in a little bit, and I think you start to see some of those slight mistakes.
Oh, Alpha, he's going to be able to be good for one. Maybe his teammate can. No, Yoko, again. Star of the show in these last two rounds. Just absolutely nails them. Art with an A1 this time, going to be playing counter-aggressive, just going balls to the wall, and unfortunately, so is his blood. Joker finds his third kill of the round. And the man find an ace. I doubt it. His teammates aren't going to allow him the grace to do that. Got to get that KD.
I'm lying, I wouldn't.
You'd be lucky in this situation.
Wow. Kind of... You know what? It's toxic, but it's true. That's It's another round that ends in a save for PARIVISION. But can they save this map? I'm thinking no. I say ends in a save, right? Like, you can't. That's the thing. Like, what... I'm getting frustrated, Tom.
Yeah. Beltron on towards a short position. He's got his teammate not too far away. Execution going to be coming in a 3v2. Drago looking in for his ace. If he can try and accomplish this, that'd be great. And there he goes out, but so does his teammate. One closer to the ace at the moment. Are they going to allow him to go for this? Probably not. They know where this last player is now. Smoke goes down. Drago has to be careful. Oh, that ball bang almost comes through. It's again the same player that he managed to save in the last round. He's being spotted. The shots ring out. This ace so close to close out this map. So, you know what? Let's see if this clutch can. No, it cannot, and neither can the ace. It is denied. Maka coming through with the final kill. Overall, 3D Max just outclassing, outshining PARIVISION, who failed to get a single round, Sam. A single round on their CT side.
I mean, that's why towards the end I was getting so flustered. I'm talking...